Today we're going to start talking about how to simplify expressions that have variables in them. So we're actually going to focus on combining like terms today, and then we are going to focus on distributive property tomorrow. Okay, so combining like terms, if we have something like this expression here, 7x plus 3 minus 5x plus 8 plus 4x minus 1, we have what we call parts of the expression. Okay, so really important for you to know the different parts. Variable terms are anything with a variable in them. So 7x, negative 5x, and a positive 4x, or 4x. Okay, so these three are my variable terms because they have a variable in them. Notice that I put the sign with that term. They do go together. Okay? The coefficients of those are the numbers that are next to the variable. So I have a coefficient of 7 for this first term. I have a coefficient of negative 5 for the second term, and a coefficient of 4 for the third term. Okay? Constant terms are the terms without variables. So anything that does not have a variable is a constant. So I have positive 3, I have positive 8, and I have a negative 1. Okay, so variable terms have variables, constant terms are just numbers without variables, and then coefficients are the numbers that are next to the variable. Okay, we're going to use that when we go ahead and combine like terms. So looking at this, we are going to combine like terms. Now, like terms have the same variable with the same power. So I'm going to write that down here. Like terms have the same variables with the same powers. Okay, so if I go to combine my like terms, I'm going to look at my variables first. So x's, anything that has an x in it, I can combine together. So I have 7x, negative 5x, and 4x. And we're going to go straight across and do 7x minus 5x, which is 2x, and then 2x plus 4x, which gives us 6x. So 7 minus 5 plus 4 is 6, so 6x. Okay, then we are going to combine our variable terms together. So I have 3, 8, and negative 1. So 3 plus 8 is 11. 11 minus 1 is 10. So simplified, our answer here is 6x plus 10. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing for the odds, and then you are going to do the evens on your own and have them checked. Okay, so first one here, notice that both of these have x's. They are like terms, so I can add 3x plus 6x is 9x. Okay. In number 3, I have a 7m and a minus 5n that I can combine together, but I can't combine that minus 6 because it doesn't have an m with it. So what I'm going to do is 7m minus 5n. So 7 minus 5 is 2m. And then since I can't combine that minus 6 with anything, I'm going to leave it. I'm going to bring it down. 2m minus 6. Number 5. I have a 7p and a minus 9p. Okay? So 7 minus 9, if you use your calculator, that's fine. We get a minus 2p or a negative 2p. Okay? This time we actually have two constants that we can combine together. So I have a minus 1 and a positive 5. So negative 1 plus 5 is a positive 4. Now at the very end, remember that I can't combine the negative 2p and the 4 together because one has a p and the other one doesn't. Okay. Last one here, we talked about how like terms have the same variable with the same power. I can combine my 5x, and that's really a 1, so minus 1x and my 3x together, but I can't combine the other two because they don't have x's. So 5 minus 1 is 4, and 4 plus 3 is 7. Okay? Now I'm going to go back and look. I have 7y and 2y. Since those both have y's, I can combine those together. So 7 plus 2 gives me 9. So 9y. Okay, and I'm going to leave it like this because I can't combine something with an x with something with a y. I want you to pause the video, try numbers 2 through 8, have them checked before you move on. So make sure you pause the video right now and do those 4 problems and have them checked. Okay. Now that you got those 4 right, we are going to talk about commandingly terms with exponents. So we need to make sure that they have the same exponent, but when we combine them, we do not change the exponent. So let's look at some of these. Okay, first problem up there. I have 5x squared plus 7x squared. Those both have x's squared, so x squared and x squared. So I can combine them together. 5 plus 7 is 12 x squared. In the next problem, I have 8c to the third minus 7c to the third plus 16c to the third. They all have c to the third power, so we can combine them together. So I'm going to do 8 minus 7, which is 1, plus 16, which gives me 17, c to the third power. My variable and my exponent don't change. I just combine my coefficients. Okay. In the next problem here, notice that this has an a squared b, and this has an a squared b, so I can combine those together. But the one in the middle does not, so I can't combine that one. So we're going to do negative 4 plus 10, which gives me 6, and then I have a squared b. But since I have nothing to combine with that plus 7, I'm going to bring it straight down. It's going to stay right there in my answer. Okay, and then the last one, a squared plus 7ab minus 10ab plus b squared. Now notice I have an a squared here, but I don't have any other a squareds. I'm just going to bring that one down. Okay, looking at the next term, I have a 7ab and a minus 10ab. Those have the same variables with the same powers, so I can combine them. 7 minus 10 is negative 3. Okay. Then I have a b squared, but there's nothing else to combine it with, so I'm going to take this b squared plus b squared and bring it straight down. Okay, so now I want you to pause the video and try the next 4 problems, 10, 12, 14, and 16, and have them checked before you move on. Okay? If you have any questions, raise your hand and I will come help you out. I'm definitely here to help you out, so don't hesitate to ask. So go ahead and pause the video, try them, have them checked, and then you can move on. Okay, the last type of problem here is a geometric application, so something that has to do with finding perimeter. Okay? I'm going to do 17 and 19, and you'll try the other 3. So when you're finding perimeter, remember it's the total of the outside. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add these 3 sides together. So I'm going to do 2x plus 1 plus x plus 3x. Now to simplify this, I still need to combine like terms. So I'm going to find everything that has an x in it, 2x, 1x, and 3x, and I'm going to add them together. So 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 plus 3 is 6, so I have 6x. And then this plus 1 is just going to hang out because we can't combine it with anything. Remember that if you're looking at a problem like number 19, a rectangle has opposite sides that are the same. It's a 3y minus 5. Okay, so if I add all 4 of those sides together, I'm going to have 3y minus 5y plus y plus 2 plus 3y minus 5 plus y plus 2. Okay, we're going to go through and combine like terms again, just like we did in the last one. So 3y, 1y, 3y, 1y. So 3 plus 1 is 4, plus 3 is 7, plus 1 is 8y. And then we're going to go ahead and combine our numbers together, our constants. So we have negative 5, 2, negative 5, 2. So negative 5 plus 2 is negative 3. Negative 3 and negative 5 is negative 8. And negative 8 plus 2 is negative 6. So same concept, you just need to remember what perimeter means. Go ahead and stop the video. You're going to try these last 2 problems. Have those checked before you move on. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to ask. I'm here to help you out. Have a great day.